Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know this isn't a cute fit, but we're here, we're filming a video, and today's video is going to be book-related icks. That could be booktube, book talk, books in general, but let's just jump right into this. So, first things first, I'm going to start with shitting on audiobooks, because the ableism in the bookish community is insane. Like, everyone thinks that they are better than people who read audiobooks, and it's insane to me, because audiobooks are so accessible. Sometimes the audiobook is just way better than the physical book, and you can't tell me it's not. Sometimes it's the only way a person can read. Like, are you going to be shitting on blind people for reading audiobooks? No, probably not. So why are you shitting on me for reading audiobooks? That makes zero sense. Yes, it's reading. If it wasn't, why would the authors be doing it? Why would the authors be trying to get audiobooks if they didn't think it was proper reading? That just doesn't even make sense. And you're wrong if you think that way. Second, supporting problematic authors. I'm so done with people being like, oh, you can separate the art from the artist. No, you can't if you are giving money to that artist by supporting that book. My thing just fell on the floor. But we're going to ignore that. Like, if you are purchasing, promoting, and supporting that book, you are purchasing from, supporting that, and promoting that author. Like, you're straight up platforming that author. Like, this is something that you are doing, whether you think you are or you aren't. If you're sharing their book publicly, that's going to get other people to spend money on that book. If you are showing yourself buying that book, showing yourself reading that book, showing yourself loving that book, then you're promoting that book, and you're promoting that author in turn. Like, whether you separate the art from the artist or whatever you're doing, it doesn't really work if they're alive, number one, and if they're profiting off the book, number two. Like, if you're getting secondhand copies of something and you are not platforming it in any way, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. That's your choice. But if you are going out and spending your money on a new copy, a new whatever, for this book, for this author, for this series, then you are platforming them. And you are supporting that author. You are giving them money. You are giving them what they shouldn't have. Like, stop. Stop. I don't care. I don't care anymore. If you are supporting any author like that, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not supporting you anymore. You know why? Because I, as a trans person, being non-binary, I don't want to support someone who is supporting J.K. Rowling. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to support someone who's supporting a transphobe? Because if you're supporting a transphobe, knowingly supporting a transphobe, you are probably transphobic. Or you just don't think it matters, which is just as bad. You know why? Because we are people, we exist, and we deserve to have rights, and that woman is actively trying to take our rights away. Like, hello? Why would I support you? If you're supporting a racist, a homophobe, transphobe, sexist, why would I support you? Like, you're supporting these people. Clearly, you're somewhat aligned to their ideals if you are choosing their ideals, their books, over other people's lives. Like, insane to me. Next, on a lighter subject, genre snobs. So this one is kind of lighthearted in a way. It's just, people being like, oh, you have to read classics. Oh, you don't read romance? Oh, you don't like smut? Those kind of people. Like, you can read whatever you want to read. And everyone else can read whatever they want to read. No one has to read the same things. You can't force your favorite book on everyone else and go, you're not a true reader if you don't read this. Or you can't be like, if you haven't read this classic, you're not a reader. If you haven't, blah, blah, blah. If you don't read smut, you're not a reader, blah, 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 blah. No. If you are reading, you are a reader, period. Whatever you choose to read, you are a reader. And you can continue to read. The cat is in the litter box aggressively scratching. So if you can hear her, I'm sorry. I have the door open because my partner's not home. So there's no one here to hear me other than the cat. But she's going to make as much noise as she wants to do. And she probably pooped, so she's probably going to run in here like a lunatic because the door's open. So give her like 3 seconds and you'll hear her thunder in here if she pooped. Hi, loves. Hi. Hi. Did you poop? Hi. What's up? Ugh. Nubs is now a part of this. Oh, you stink. Oh, you're a stinky girl. You're a stinky girl. But, like, as long as you're reading, you're a reader. And you're doing whatever you can do. That's all you can do. Like, if you don't like certain things, you don't like certain things. If you do, and you don't like other things, sure, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. If you're reading, you're reading. Period. Next. Long chapters in books. So this is an actual book-related one. The reason why I hate long chapters is purely for the fact that I cannot read long chapters. I am physically unable to, and it will make me very frustrated, very sad, and very down on myself not being able to read long chapters in a physical book. When it's short chapters, I can take breaks, I can feel like I've succeeded, I can feel like I'm doing good, and that as a dyslexic person that I am reading and I'm doing a good job at it. But the longer your chapters, the worse I feel throughout it. And that's not on the authors, I know, I really do. But if they just made the chapters a little shorter, people like me would have an easier time reading them. Next. Ageism in readers. Okay. So, Nubs, what are you doing? Okay, anyways. So, ageism in readers. This is purely on people who refuse to read middle grade or YA because they've outgrown them. You don't have to be like that. Also, you're missing out on incredible books. Incredible books. Some of my favorite books of all time are middle grade, and I'm not just saying that. My favorite book of all time is probably middle grade. Like this is something that has been going on in the book community for years. People think that they are better than other people because of the age group that they're reading in books. Because I'm 23, going on 24 in July. If people know that I'm reading middle grade and YA and barely reading adult, I'm gonna get shit on because I'm an adult. That's just not true. I just enjoy escapism. I enjoy a little bit of a light-hearted book. I enjoy some magic. I don't want to go into heavy murder, sex, all of this stuff in my books at all times. Sometimes I want just a light fantasy. Sometimes I want just a fun, found family, found friendship story. And those are kind of hard to find in the adult genre. Sometimes. And I just don't want to read only adult because I'm going to be missing out on so many fantastic books if I do that. And so are you if you do that. So, like, open your horizons. The age category is not for when you stop reading that book. The age categories are for when children can start reading those books. And even then, like, if they are mature enough, they can go up to the next category. If you know that your 15-year-old is mature enough to be reading adult, let them read adult. Like, what does it matter? If your child is in middle grade range, but they want to read YA, let them read YA. Like, it doesn't matter as long as you're mature enough as a child, or your adult figure believes you are mature enough, go up to the next level. You don't ever have to stop reading the other levels to go up. You can continue the whole time to read whatever you want. Like, if you seriously do not want to read middle grade, for whatever reason it may be, like, maybe, I don't know, like, I can't genuinely think of a reason why, because I love middle grade, but maybe for some reason you just cannot read middle grade. That's fine. But shitting on people who want to read middle grade, it's not okay. Next. hating book talk. Okay. So this one, I understand. It fell on the floor again. Okay, so I understand why people hate book talk, because they're seeing the book talk that gets spread through all the drama, through all the shitty authors, shitty reviewers, shitty people on book talk. But people who don't use book talk tend to not understand that there are many, many, many different people under the book talk umbrella. Like, there are diverse, there are people of color, there are sapphic, there are all of these different niches in TikTok. Like, just because what comes to the mainstream is usually terrible, like what leaves the platform usually is not great stuff, and what everyone thinks about when they think about book talk is usually not great stuff. Doesn't mean that that's all a book talk. That's just the people that talk the loudest. You know? The people that cause the most drama are the ones that are going to be leaving the app to be the front runners of what book talk is to everyone else, because that's all they know. You know? People who don't use book talk don't understand the fact that there are horror book talks, there are classic book talks, there are sapphic book talks, there are all of these other different categories. Whoever you are, you're going to find your people on book talk if you try. If you look for them, they are there. But a lot of people don't give book talk the chance. They just look at what's popular in the mainstream coming out of book talk and go, I don't like that. I don't like book talk. That's wrong. That's very wrong. Because a lot of things I have adored, I have found out because of book talk. And a lot of creators that I absolutely love and I will recommend from the rooftops, and they have some perfect recommendations for me, are all on book talk. Like, it's easy to say that you can't find your people because you don't go looking for them. You know what I mean? It's the same on BookTube. Like, if you're not looking for what you want, you're not going to find it. Like, you're going to find the basic booktubers. And then you're going to be like, I don't like this stuff, so I don't like BookTube. No, you just don't like those people on BookTube, or those people on Book Talk, or Bookstagram, or wherever you are. Look for your people. Look for your things. I'm telling you, they're there. And you can't judge an entire community based on a couple people in the front ground. So, that's my opinion on that. Next, telling people how to review. This is kind of a interesting one, honestly. I have had everywhere discourse. Nubs, what are you doing? Hey. Ugh. Everywhere you look in the bookish community, there's going to be people telling you what you can and can't rate a book, or how you can and can't rate a book. Like, oh, you can't just rate on vibes. Oh, people put effort into their books. Give them 3 stars or more. That's not true. If you like a book, you like a book. What are we doing, Nubs? Ah! Okay. Oh! So, if you like a book, you like a book. Whether it's vibes, whether it's characters, whatever you feel, rate the book that. Nubs, you banana cat! Oh... If you feel the book is shitty because you just don't like the writing, then the book is shitty to you. Or you hated the characters, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter how much time and effort the author put into that book. The reviews are not for authors. Reviews are for readers. And, like I've already said, the people in the community that are like you are going to find your reviews and be like, I also don't like that vibe. I'm not going to like this book. Oh, I really enjoy characters. The characters are not well written, says this person. Then I'm probably not going to like this book. Or I'm going to love this book because I really love a vibes-only book. Or good smut, or whatever it is. Reviews are for readers, not for authors, and not for anyone else. You review your books your way. Because that's for you. And other people who are going to relate to what you are saying. you don't have to change the way you review to be more intellectual, to be more whatever everyone else wants it to be. You review the way you want to. I review straight up, just initial thoughts. Here's my feelings. Put it all down, then I get a rating. Because sometimes I don't know how to rate a book. Sometimes I have to get all my thoughts out. Sometimes I have to rant. Sometimes I have to preach before I can figure out what that rating is. And I know that there are a lot of people like me who have to get all those thoughts out before they can go, this is a 4-star, this is a 3-star, this is a 2, 1, blah, 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 right? And to me, see, this is where I know people are going to differ from me. To me, a 5-star book is absolutely perfect. There is 0 things that I would change about that book. The writing's on point, the characters are on point, whatever it is perfection. Like, I would throw up in my mouth at the chance to read it again. I don't know. I'm trying to make words. I can't do that. That's why my reviews are just straight up rambles. With little to any coherence. Like, there's nothing, there's no pure thought that goes into my reviews. It is straight up feeling. Like, if I didn't like a character, if I didn't like the way things were written, if I didn't like the setting, if I didn't like some things people were saying repetitively, you're going to lose points. And that's purely just because it's my feeling. Reviews are for readers, not for authors. And another thing on that, if you don't like star reviews, don't star your books. Like, you can review a book without giving it a star rating. That's perfectly fine. If you just want to say, like, hey, going into this book, here's the things I liked, here's the things I didn't, there you go. Do that. Like, star ratings are kind of just for other people to do a quick glance and be like, okay, 2 stars, 2 stars, 2 stars, 2 stars, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5. Oh, it's not like those type of people are the ones that don't click on the reviews to read them anyways. But then there are people who are going to click on the reviews to read the reviews to really get to know what they're going into and see what the vibe's going to be, get a gist of their thoughts upon the book. Those people are going to see your review and think it's really useful. Well, the people who are just looking for star ratings are just going to look at star ratings. They're not really going to look at everything else that goes into why you rated it that, you know? So, yeah. Those are all the things that I think are very stupid in the bookish community and that kind of need to die. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.